I'm on Lemoy Canyon Road, south of Elko, Nevada, looking for a place to camp, and this appears to be the end of the line. It's Saturday afternoon on Cinco de Mayo, and I found my campsite for this weekend. It is in Humboldt National Forest, south of Elko, Nevada, and north of the Ruby Mountain Wilderness area. Come on, let me show you around. Come on. Beautiful fire circle. There was already firewood here. I broke it down a little bit. A mountain stream. If it were later in the season, I would totally be soaking in this. Water's still icy. I think this might have been too many. Charbroiled cheez-it burgers. No, charbroiled cheez-it cheeseburgers. Gourmet burgers or sin against nature? There's no way to sugarcoat this one. Those burgers were horrible. It's Sunday morning, and I'm not inclined to sit around a camp all day. I'm gonna set out on foot. There's some seasonal cabins over in that valley over there. I'm not seeing anything on my base map, but I'm thinking there's bound to be some hiking trails. Gonna head on over there and try to find adventure. Oh, there's another stream? That was so cold. This is an old concrete foundation, or maybe a pad for a camper on the other side of the water crossings. Perfect opportunity to change into some dry footwear. My oboes, which are in pretty poor shape. sort of lost the trail. It's been an amazing 2-mile hike. I'm going to put the camera away and work my way back down the mountain. It was a bit of a technical endeavor getting here, so for the way back down, I definitely want to have 2 hands. Some amazing waterfalls just upstream from camp. It's Monday morning, and after I'm finished making my oatmeal, I'm going to break camp and head into Elko, Nevada. First, I'm low on drinking water. All that I have left is what's in this Nalgene. I'm also going to seek out a coffee shop, do a little work on the internet, and after that, find more adventure. That coffee shop was cool. I did some email correspondence, put some social media out there, and not sure where I'm going. You guys are used to hearing that. I'm about an hour east of Elko, Nevada, right off the interstate. I turned off on Death Star Valley, kind of like Death Star. Even though I'm not sure where I'm going on the short term, meaning within the next few nights, there is a method to my madness. I have to be in Salt Lake City for an appointment next Monday, and then following that is Overland Expo in Flagstaff. So next week there's going to be a lot of movement. I'm going to be behind the wheel a lot. I'm on a BLM road, although I'm approaching some sort of geological formation. There's a trailer. My GPS is showing that that formation is called Devil's Punch Bowl. However, it does not appear to be BLM land. It might be private property. I'd love to see it, but have to stay on public land, so gonna keep on going. I've been exploring this BLM road for the better part of the afternoon. It's in the mountains north of Wells, Nevada. And I was seriously considering camping here tonight. It's just too windy, too exposed. So I'm gonna keep moving. It's almost 5 p.m. The clock is ticking, running out of daylight. Still looking for a campsite. I am in Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest. And I've been driving pretty hard and pretty far. Gas is an issue. Wow, I have found my campsite. This is pretty amazing. It's Monday night and I found an awesome campsite. I'm totally stoked to be here, and I'm excited to show you around more tomorrow. But first, I'm afraid I had a bit of an off day. It started out smoothly enough. I went to the coffee shop, I got some work done. But then as I started exploring, I just felt like I was spinning my wheels. I was trying to find a campsite, and I couldn't find a place that really inspired me. So that's when I decided to keep going, to push even further. Well, I was driving down a long dirt road. I mean, really long. It was probably 30 miles. I was moving at a good speed, and I hit a bump. The bump caused my skottle to dislodge, and then it fell down onto my camera. That camera, which obviously is working well right now, but it damaged the microphone jack for the external mic, and I depend on the external mic heavily. It still works, but the plastic on the microphone jack on the camera is cracked, and this plug is tweaked a little bit. It's just going to make my life a little bit more challenging. But this camera, this Canon 80D, has been with me from the beginning, and it's seen a ton of action, and it's held up really well until today. I'm kicking myself for not having it better protected. This is another audio test. Right channel. Left channel. Audio test. Last night when I was putting up the awning, a beaver floated by. It had a stick in its mouth, and I was like, oh hey, and it freaked out and went underwater. Made breakfast and coffee. Now I'm going to take some time to go for a walk. I didn't do any exploring last night. As soon as I found this beautiful setting, I jumped on it. But now I want to see what's around. This was a water crossing I had to contend with last night. And now I'm taking it on foot. Oh, it's so cold. This is the second time I've done this week. It's about knee deep. That spire up there on the mountainside is incredible. If I can geek out for a second, I'd say it looks like the entrance to a dwarven mine. Speak friend and enter. Really nice campsite. I found another campsite on my walk. This one appears to be a memorial for someone who passed. Sam's place. I walked way further than I expected. So I'm on my way back to the Jeep. It's hard to stop though because these roads keep going and going, and it seems like the further you go, the more beautiful things get. I think this may very well be my favorite campsite so far this year. Moab takes the award for best scenery, but this is remote, it's wild, it's peaceful. I haven't seen another soul. There's grass. This is northeastern Nevada. Humboldt-Toiyabe National Forest. And looking at the map, there's just a huge network of forest roads here. I'd love to explore them, but I only have half a tank of gas, and I haven't seen a gas station in 80 miles at least. So it would be dangerous for me to go in any other direction other than back the way I came at this point. I didn't know I was going to be here, so I didn't research gas stations and stuff. But now that I know the scope of this place, the next time I come back, I'm gonna have all that mapped out. Because there's a lot to explore here, and I want to come back. It's Thursday morning. I've been here for 3 nights. I didn't do any filming yesterday, but I did some more writing and I did some more hiking. After breakfast and after coffee, I'm going to break camp and start making my way towards Salt Lake. This is Stansbury Island on the Great Salt Lake west of Salt Lake City, Utah. Even the tumbleweed here has salt crystals. Jen introduced this island to me because she spent a little time here while I was down in the Moab area. And it's a great spot for vehicle-supported camping. There's ample space on the beach, and there's trails up into the hills where you can camp as well. I had some challenges right now because now in early May, 80 degrees, the gnats are out. Up in the mountains and the hills, there's a thick choking cloud of gnats, so I had to come down here. I think it might just be the breeze keeping them at bay. That's a wrap for this week. It was a heck of a week. I experienced some amazing places in Nevada, particularly in northeastern Nevada. Patreon subscribers, keep an eye on Dropbox because I'm excited to update those tracks and waypoints. That campsite that I had before here was very remote, very wild, peaceful, and phenomenal. Wow, it's a lot of adjectives. But it was a good week. It was a little bit lonely. I think that was my biggest struggle this week. But collected no shortage of experiences, including failed attempts at food. This week's MVP are my BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO2 tires. I got these about a year ago in Phoenix, and I've driven all around the country, all seasons, and this past week I was particularly hard on them. They saw 100 miles of dirt road with potholes, ruts, technical trails with jagged rocks. These tires have been rock solid and very comfortable. As usual, thank you guys for following along, and be sure to tune in next week. I've got some interesting things on the agenda, plus I'll be traveling down to Overland Expo West. Oh, and if you experience any anomalies with the audio, that's because I busted the microphone jack.